What's up, guys? It's your boy Cheap Suits, aka Toxic Benny. Got my XQC jersey on today, so yeah, we're gonna be reviewing Conky's Rein on Numbani. So let's go ahead and get this started.
We were on Lunar Colony, and we were...
Okay, so I'm not in this game. Gonna go ahead and skip a little bit forward. I did watch this intro part already, and I just like to say I disagree, Paul, that I don't make game-winning plays. I believe I do make game-winning plays. They might not be flashy 5Ks like Sambo gets, but I do believe that I make game-winning plays. But Sam also makes a lot of game-winning plays. That I don't disagree with that at all. All right. Anyway, moving on. Just a little plug for myself, I guess. Okay. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this to the start. Okay, here we go.
Elite.
Yeah.
By the way, I think Al Horford is very versatile. That's what I was going for with Sam, because he can play a lot, but maybe it is short selling him. Anyway, okay, that's not even the point of this video. So let's go. Okay, see right there, right away, you took an arrow from the Hanzo, right? This is a common area for like snipers to be perched on, right, when you're crossing. And a good widow can and will take out like your teammates trailing behind you. So I would have my shield up here, if nothing else, just to be a little bit safe. I mean, yeah, it doesn't happen often, but he hit you with an arrow. He got some ult charge there too. So yeah, just shield here and just let your teammates stay behind it. Okay, that was kind of a pointless bubble from your Zarya, but yeah, anyway.
Alright. Going upstairs. Oh shoot, Junkrat trap.
Ooh, your tracer got picked off. Okay, so first thing I noticed here is, right, they're not... All they had contesting the high ground was a D.Va, and then they have their two tanks on the bottom. Or, I mean, D.Va flew down. Rein's down on the low ground for whatever reason. And then they kind of have, like, Hanzo and I can't tell what else on the other side high ground. So... them giving you high ground for free, uncontested, is pretty good. At the same time, you need to get on point at some point. You need to drop down and fight, especially because I think let's see, you got Paul on Farah, the tracer's down. Okay, so you guys don't have much vertical mobility, right? So you can't get to the other side. Like, no one really has access to that, except Paul can shoot rockets there. So you can kind of hold this high ground position and just like fire down on them and see if you can get a pick. But at the same time, you're taking a lot of fire too, and you're not getting anything done really up here, right? But you're doing your job, which is just to hold your shield up. So let's see how the rest of this fight goes. Okay, yeah, so they got a Junkrat spamming too, so that makes it tough.
Oh, Junkrat just jumped down. I don't know why. Shields down, shields down.
Oh god, Hanzo killed me. He's in the hallway right behind you guys.
Behind us?
Okay, yeah, you've spent way too long on this high ground. You spent so long that your tracer died, came back, the Rein charged this way, where the rest of your team was, right? There's like 3 guys, blue dots over here. Tracer killed the Rein, so that gives you an advantage. And I think Vince is still with you as Moira. So, a better team would... Well, first of all, a better team wouldn't give you high ground for free, and a better team would have punished you guys really hard right here. Essentially with 2 DPS down, there's a lot of things they could have done to just wreck you guys. But I don't think there's anything I mean, I think you should have dropped down and started fighting like a while ago while you had the whole team, but this is working out just because their Ryan made an even bigger mistake, which is to go charging by himself into 3 people. So your Tracer punishes him.
Oh,
Yeah,
that Ryan's
he's
down.
to the left of you. He's to the left of you. He's coming over. He's coming over right now. Yeah. Oh, hey,
Okay, right. So your Zarya went to point already. She got a pick.
you guys got this. If you guys can get the Hanzo, then you guys have great numbers. Alright, you guys got this. Nice. Good job.
Okay, and then your Junkrat that went to low ground a while ago finishes off these kills.
Nice job. Good job holding.
Is there? I'm pushing.
Okay, so overall, I don't think there's anything you did wrong there. You know, you did your job. You held your shield up. Even at one point when no one was utilizing it, I guess you know, it's like kind of a personal shield at that point. But I think overall the team just capitalized on their mistakes more so than like having great team play. Like there was no cohesive attack plan there, other than let's walk in and let's try to get some picks, which ended up happening. So as I would say, like as a Ryan, you gotta be the most vocal and you gotta be the leader, right? So you gotta call out like when you see opportunities. I think you know maybe it would have turned out worse if actually you had gone to the point and started fighting because they were still all on the high ground. So actually, I think things worked out for you, but I don't know if that kind of dilly-dallying, just staying on the high ground, especially because your shield broke at one point. I don't know if that would work like against better players. So I guess my main point is like just you gotta lead the team and you gotta like call out a strat or like you know not be as passive there, I think. But once again, it still worked out, so we'll see what happens next.
Pushing up a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah, your Tracer's really good. Aside from his initial death, he's been doing work.
Other maintain my heals when I
Okay, so here, I already know you're too far up. Your team's not with you, right? Pretty sure everyone, like Tracer's in the back somewhere doing Tracer things, but you guys, I'm pretty sure everyone's like still on the cart, which is probably what, like just rounding the corner, just based on like the amount of time that's passed. So you're gonna get punished here by a better team. Let's see if they punish you.
solo heal. I shot through an orb up there.
Oh god, I need help. I need help. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh shoot.
Okay, yeah, you almost got punished, but luckily they didn't finish you off. And then you backed off just in time for Vince to heal you, so...
Thank you.
Ooh, almost got the junk. Nice.
Back up a little, Kyle. Okay.
Ouch. Okay, I don't actually think that was a bad shatter. Because you guys, so Vince came up to heal you. I guess the rest of your team wasn't there, so there was no follow-up. So that's what that's what makes it bad. But I might have thought that my team was with me at that point now because you did get healed and people did push up with you to heal you. So I might have made the same decision. But I think it's important to know when you have follow-up or when you don't, and then if you see that there's no follow-up, just put your shield up and back off, right? Because then they counter, and then like the Moira countered. I guess she didn't get slammed, so she countered by using her ult to make sure everyone's staying alive, plus deal damage, right? And then Vince moved up to try to heal you, but then you immediately.
Oh, my bad. That was
I
my
mean,
bad.
you probably would have died to Moira beam anyway, but Vince could have healed you through that. I think. He has Moira beam too, right? So if you had stayed there, he Moira beamed, then you guys it would cancel out. You would be healed through that. But then you went into this little hallway here by yourself, and then Hanzo got you. So yeah, that part to me is a bigger mistake than the slam.
I was in a room with El Hanzo. I was trying to get back. Stupid.
Yeah, just be careful when you shatter, like how many people are around, because you were pushed up and there's nobody else around.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Yeah, Vince called it out that no one else was with you, but you can use you should use the function to check back who's behind you on your shield. Maybe if you're not sure next time, like even if you see the open shatter, maybe just do a quick glance back. I don't know what the buttons are for that on PS4, but on PC you just hold your shield up and then you also left click. So yeah, I actually don't use it that often either, and that you should actually I could stand to use it a little bit more. Unless your game sense is just like astounding, right?
Oh,
Okay, waste the Diva Bomb from them, and then bam, like your Tracer's just bullying their Rein so hard. So you haven't really had to deal with any Rein versus Rein interactions yet, which is big, right? Rein versus Rein is like a mind game matchup at higher levels, and it's really like it really determines like how much space each of you get and give to your team is really important. But you haven't had to deal with that yet, so maybe you will later. Let's see.
Oh, I have no heal juice. Behind us.
Hiding. Good job.
I'm going right to the corner. Right to the corner.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, that all worked out because right they didn't have a Rein, and then your team's just pretty good at like fighting. Tracer, Zarya. So yeah, you're free to swing away there. But just be careful if you're swinging too long, like the other team can focus you down. Obviously, their team doesn't seem to have much focus at all, so you're not getting punished. But that's something that will happen, especially in higher ranks.
Establish this corner right here. I'm gonna keep firing to try to win this shield war.
Okay, yeah, so Zarya bubbled you there, and then when Zarya bubbles you, you should try to go take damage for her bubble. I don't know if that's why you dropped your shield to do that, but if it is, good thinking. Unfortunately, they didn't shoot at you at all there, but yeah, just try whenever Zarya bubbles you, or whenever you're like brawling, you should expect a Zarya bubble. And when you see it on you, you should like go. It lasts about 2 swings, so you can swing like twice and just take some damage.
Too far, Konky. Back up.
Yeah, back a little bit.
Hanzo on the left.
Okay.
I got him.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, that Hans is dumb. Okay, so something I would watch out for at this point, which you need to keep on your mind as well, is that their Rein, even though he's been dying a lot, probably has Shatter at this point, just because it's been so long. Like, even if he did nothing and just got a few swings in, which I think he has, like, he probably has it, right? So you're going to have to look out and maybe try to bait it, or just call it out that, hey guys, Rein has Shatter, I don't know if I can block it necessarily, right? So like play, behind stuff, or play kind of spread out so you can't get a massive value shatter. But yeah, that's something that to keep on your mind, and something you should always call out. That's what I always try to call out as Rein. Like, if you have your ultimate, even if you've been dominating him, he probably has it too. Although wait, well this is actually your second one, so yeah, you're getting to his one, but he probably has it.
I've got Earth Shatter. Oh shoot!
Oh,
Called it.
oh, dang it. That killed me.
Hey, they got no shield.
Okay, so
Nice.
okay, so that's pretty unfortunate though. You got slept, but it's because you're like doing this peeking fire strike thing, right? Where your shield's not up, and okay, so you don't actually like. Okay, so did you already have your ult?
Okay.
I got him.
Okay, so you already have your ult, right? That was a high IQ play by the Ana. She noticed you peeking the corner to fire strike every time when you had it, and she simply found an opportunity when you're doing to Sleepy. Now, that's probably not gonna happen. Like, Anas don't use their sleep darts on Rein's doing that in general because you're gonna get woken. But you happen to get slept, and then a Junkrat knocked you up, and then the Rein saw a free shatter while you're in the air. And then because of bad shatter mechanics, you also, like inconsistent shatter mechanics, you somehow got slammed even though you're in the air. So that's unfortunate. But the point is, like, if you have your ult here, you don't always need a fire strike. Now, yes, it does damage, and you can, like, sometimes you can pick off someone in the back, you know, they're 100 HP, they get fire strike, they die. But, especially because their Rein has shield, I would just shield, right, with your team behind you, I would just shield up. I will say that's probably just a good play by the Ana, not necessarily your fault so much. But at the same time, it is, like, even though it's unfortunate, it's also a preventable thing where you didn't have your shield up, right, when you probably should have. So, you guys got punished.
Nice.
I've got Earth Shatter. Oh shoot!
Oh, dang it. That killed me.
Okay, so Rein pinned, the Shatter killed Vince, and also he pinned your Zarya. So this, okay, and then, I mean, he went in deep, so then the Tracer punished him. So, basically, you have to realize who died, right? So your main heals are gone, and Rein needs a main healer, or like any sort of damage he takes, like, you're gonna die quick. So you need to realize that.
Hey, they got no shield. I'm gonna shatter when I have a chance. Paul, are you?
Okay, I would not be looking for a shatter right now, especially because Vince is your only healer too. You don't even have a secondary healer, right? So you looking for shatter? Yeah, okay, they're 2 down. Vince already respawned, but you're 1 down, but he's not here, so you're even numbers, right? You gotta kind of keep track of that. Your even numbers. Like, yeah, you can win the fight off the shatter, maybe, but you're probably gonna die while attempting it because you don't have a healer, you don't have a Zarya bubble. I would just hold. Honestly, I would call for a semi regroup, like just stick around the payload with your shield up. And I wouldn't swing because any damage you take would just stick until Vince comes back. I would play super passive right now. This is the time to play passive.
No, you're in
No, yeah, hold on. I'm right behind you, but I'm about to die. Okay, I'm still alive here.
Okay, so once again, this is just the Devo went out of position, so you punished them, but now you're at 80 HP. You took some Junkrat nades. Okay, yeah, you're dead.
Oh, not safe yet, not safe yet.
Stay in that tunnel. I threw an orb. Okay.
Okay, and Vince just got back and threw an orb, right? So if you had actually just been patient for like 1.5 to 2 more seconds, you could have survived, right? Or you could have even just stayed in that room where the Mega is and just camped that until you get a Mega to get back your HP. Right, so that's an option as well. I didn't see the timer on it, but yeah, that would have been the time to play passive.
Okay, I was trying.
And then yeah, you should call that out. Like, I always try to call out right whenever our main heals are down. That's why, like, you can't win an extended engagement without your main healer, especially as you push in more towards when they have spawn advantage, right? That's why like I left the point on 2 CP on Horizon when like I was low HP and our heals were dead, right? I saw that our heals were... So we can't win that fight. It doesn't matter if like okay, maybe if you know someone Sam goes God mode, he visors gets all 6 of them and we just stand on the point and we win, right? But in general, that's not a good play because let's say you even get 4 and then you go on the point and it's like 2 people with no heals, then they're gonna come back in and trickle with their spawn advantage. Like a good team will do that, and then they're gonna flip the point. You're not gonna get like you might get 1 tick, you might get some percentage, but you're not gonna win. You're not gonna get 100%. And then they stagger you, then that that affects the next push, right? So that's why like I tend to call for a regroup in those situations. Like you have to understand your win conditions, and like for 2 CP, it's like you need a whole team wipe at the same time while like you have 4 or 5 that you can stay on the point. At least 1 healer, 1 tank, 1 DPS to pick off trickling in DPS from the spawn, right? So it's kind of similar on payload when you're near the end because they have a huge respawn advantage here. So you just have to keep that in mind.
Trap. I was in trap.
Okay, maybe we could push it a little bit. Oh, we're actually removing it.
Yeah, you guys are moving.
Okay, so once again, your team's just really good at fighting. So you know this Tracer, this dude is just doing work, right? They're having trouble with a 3 DPS comp because they're, well, I guess this Tracer's just good, and they have like this Ana, Plat console Ana is probably not very good. They're not getting enough heals, so you're just out damaging them. They're not getting healed enough, and you're killing them. So
I'm almost back. Diva behind.
okay, yeah. So now would be a good time to shatter. Like when Ryan's charging at you and you have a distance in front of him, that's a good time to shatter. He obviously charging too far, so you can punish him without the shatter.
Oh, let's get this Ryan.
Okay. This would be a good shatter. His shield is to the side of you. Moira's ulting as well, so you're gonna cancel out her ult, and then the Diva's here. So I would take a step back and try to shatter. You could probably get all 3. If not, you could get the Diva and the Moira, and the Ryan's low HP anyways, because if you get the Moira, she can't heal him, right? I know this is all split-second stuff, but it's just kind of like positioning-wise, you gotta take advantage. It's like a split-second decision you have to make, and so that's where I would have been. Okay, but your Tracer bombed him.
Nice.
Okay, so you did it. You got 3. That's pretty good. Yep, pin the healer. That's what you want to do. So now. Right, you guys, that's pretty much a full team wipe. You can pick off any people that try to come in and contest, and so you're gonna win you're gonna push this the rest of the way in easy.
No.
I've got it. I've got it.
We should be.
Yeah, we're good. Oh, what?
Nice job.
There we go. Nice.
Good job. You went after the right person.
Okay, so overall not a bad attack, especially for Numbani. Sometimes you get stuck in that corner. But I would say your MVP is the Tracer, right? He's just doing a lot of work. They can't deal with him. And then they're probably just not... Well, they do have an Ana and a Moira, so I guess they did have enough heals. But yeah, you guys with your 3 DPS, you're just like putting too much pressure on them. You know, like Paul's hitting them from the air, Tracer's hitting them from the back, and then Junkrat just spamming the front. So they're not dealing with it well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, let me
realize
skip
the way
ahead.
that you. I don't think I got many finishing blows.
Yeah, like early on.
So, Kong, so I was just saying, like that one shatter you had, you were like pushed up ahead, and so like you were creating space, which is like what you're supposed to do, but then you shattered and
when nobody was around to finish
Everybody's-
anything off.
Yeah, yeah, everybody's close to the cart, so
Gotcha, gotcha.
so just feel like you can just ask us if we're close by, like
That's
you did
true.
that one time with Paul.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have like a sim torp comp, which is like, honestly, it's not ideal. I would never play this comp above like mid plat level or plat. I don't know. But Torb and Sim are like way better on console, so it's probably gonna work out. Because I just think the other team's not very good. They've been playing not as a team, so you guys are almost definitely headed for a win, no matter what you do.
I was
don't feel
I was somewhat within range to capitalize on that, but then
Yeah, what's this guy doing?
Okay, that's a dumb position for the turret, but yeah, I don't know what he's doing.
what's he
Build it
doing?
here.
Oh god.
Build it here.
Oh man.
Oh no, what do we
That's
do? What do
really
we do?
stupid.
Should I protect it?
No, you still
No, no.
you still
Yeah,
up there.
Alright.
Yeah, Vincent, Paul are absolutely right. Like, you still stay up here. Just treat the Torb as like a DPS with like kind of a mobile turret. You don't have to babysit the turret actually always. Especially if that puts you on the low ground, that's like not ideal, right? You saw how on your attack they didn't have anyone on this high ground and it was on this side and they're on low ground and you were able to kind of just free shoot them. And then they kind of made other mistakes too to lose the point, but yeah, that's you don't want to ever give up high ground too easily, right? You want to be forced. You want to make them earn it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. I fell. I'm pretty evil.
Oh,
Okay, so your initial positioning here, I would say, is decent here. You keep peeking back there. I think you're worried obviously about them. Right? I think someone else needs to do that. You need to be a little bit more up here and peeking the main, right? Peeking main, because I don't know if you have anyone on this side looking down main. So really, when you're here, right, you hold your shield up, you can see down main. So you call out main, and then you can also see in here, right, and you have your shield up. And then also, like, your physical presence here is like a deterrent to them just running in. So I think you're giving them a little bit too much space here. But obviously, I mean, you have the sim turrets, and you maybe have, I don't know where the Torb turret is at this point, but you have those as a deterrent anyway, so this is okay. I would probably play a little bit more up. Just a little bit, because then if you play too far up, then yeah, you'll get like charged too, and they could just come in. So anyway, that's kind of minor. Like this is fine. I just wouldn't be like wasting any time peeking back there. Someone else should have a set of eyes on that. But yeah, you should ask for that. Like, does someone have? Like, if you're worried about that, I would just ask in voice comms if someone is watching like main or sorry, not main, the bridge, right, or underneath through the mega room. Okay, these are good fire strikes. But whenever you're dropping your shield, you're also taking a lot. It seems like they have a Zen now, right? So they have Discord. They definitely could have punished you for that. You almost died, but not quite.
Oh god.
So, I would maybe do the fire strikes whenever Paul sends out the sim shield, just to be extra safe, especially because your shield was low when you're doing that too. So that's scary, right? Either you die or you hold the shield a little bit too long, the shield breaks, then they know they can just run in. But yeah, once again, you have like a lot of these deterrents, so their progress is being impeded.
back up. They're weak, kind of. Ish. Dive in. Good. Does taste.
Okay, I don't know what happened. I guess they're playing with a Lucio Zen comp, and then they're trying to force they're trying to force their way through. I would press tab to see their combat at this point, but that's definitely not enough heals for that, and your diva just like finished them off after they took all this damage from sim turrets and stuff. So good job to your diva for capitalizing, but that's their fault for running a dumb comp.
Nice job, dude.
Nice job. I got 60% charge now too. And you're
Yeah, so they don't even have a main healer. This is not gonna work for this. Like, this is really bad. You guys should win this, no matter what they do.
82 already. Yeah.
Assuming you don't make like a tremendous mistake.
We're all well charged. Oh, nice.
Okay, dang, yeah, I said your Tracer's the MVP, man.
Yeah, I just
Good
stay
finish.
alive one more time.
So in between fights, like this is a good time to check like people's ult charges, right? And to kind of coordinate how you want to win. Like, what's your win condition, right? I talked about that earlier. So you want to plan out like how you want to win the next fight, and that's something you see happening a lot at Masters, and some people in Diamond do it, but not. Usually I'm the one to call it out, and some people aren't as vocal. But as you move up to Masters and GM, they know, everyone looks and everyone knows like how they're gonna win the next fight. So I would look at the ult charges and just see, like, so for example, if you have Shatter, which you often get Shatter first, you can try to win a fight just off of that alone. And then you also need to plan your like defensive ults. Like, okay, if they have Shatter, like if I have Shatter, maybe they have Shatter. If they shatter me, how are we gonna live through that? You know, like, can we? I guess in this instance, like the Molten Core would be a good deterrent, right? If you're shattered, they want to start swinging away at you, but then you Molten Core, and then they can't. They still have to hold shield up. Then you can live through that, right? So just things to think about. Might not apply for this game, but yeah, it's very important to like call those sorts of things out, especially as Rein or as a support.
Hey, just let me know when you want to peek out to the top. Oh, you have Diva. Oh,
Oops, I missed.
oh.
They're coming back up.
Oh, top. Top.
Okay, that was a massive shatter, but it looked like the other dude actually had his shield up. But I guess you guys broke the shield. Let me see what happened. I don't know what happened. I mean, Zarya was in front of his shield, so Zarya's playing kind of dumb. You would have got it. It looks like he was about to do a charge, and then you shattered him right then. So yeah, this is a good shatter, but then it's also like a bad shatter. I guess his shield was cracked as well, so those are signs you can get a good shatter. But like it also could have done nothing. It also could have blocked. Like it could have been fully blocked. So the results are good. I'm not sure if that was the best time. I mean, their Ryan's not that great, so you're definitely outplaying him. But like against a better Ryan, he might have blocked that. Like it was kind of obvious, I guess.
I'm gonna put down TP.
Okay, yeah, but that's no doubt like play the game, right? So that's the title, play the game.
Thank
Someone
you.
point. Someone point. We need someone point. Okay. Good.
Oh, I was gonna pistol in.
Alright, so TP is downstairs.
Okay, so now you're looking. So I don't know if you're flashing this to keep mental note of what ults people are getting, or you just like doing this out of habit, or like. Okay, but you see that. Okay, so we have. Paul just put the TP up, so you have like one form of, like respawn, right, in a sense, and then you have, Vince on Mercy with Mercy ult. I forgot whatever it's called, Valkyrie. So you can get bulk healing, and then you have Diva Bomb, kind of as a zoning ult, in a sense, or just a second mech to stall if needed. So if they come in with like a grab combo, you technically have no way of beating it. You don't have trans. I guess one way to beat the grab combo that I've seen is whenever you get grabbed, Diva detonates the mech so that they can't like they have to shield it or whatnot, or they would die still, right? So that, but your Diva is probably not gonna understand that. So you could call that out, like say, hey Diva, if they grab us, can you detonate the mech? You know, to like kind of counter that. If they don't have a combo, you can just heal through with the Mercy ult. But at this point, well, I don't think they have anything because they haven't done much. But if you know, if they didn't have Reaper ult, but they had grab for whatever reason, then you could do that. So these are just examples of ways that you would counter ult combos with your own ults that you should be looking for when you know check the. Maybe you're just looking at your stats, like you have 7 Earth Shatter kills. So nice.
Yeah.
I think I just got that.
Okay, so if you notice, they switched to Winston, right? Yeah, so if you caught that, they actually just switched to Winston and Hanzo. So you could that would be kind of expected. I barely caught that on this, but you could call that out, right? Like, oh, they're on Winston / Hanzo now. I don't know if you saw that.
I think I just got play of the game. I hope.
Yeah, okay, you just want to play the game.
I imagine they won't.
Hey Kong, put your shield up, and I'm gonna put down some TP turrets. Thanks. Alright, I'm good. Thanks, man.
Where are they?
They're going underneath.
Okay, so
Yeah,
they're going
there's
underneath,
a
but you don't.
Zar-
They're going underneath, but you don't need to meet them underneath until they start coming in. Okay, that's
yeah, they're going.
what I'm saying about don't giving up,
They got
not
Winston
giving up
now.
high ground too
There's
easily.
just a Zarya on the right side, back right. Oh, they're split up now. They're just playing.
Yeah, they split up.
Okay, yeah, now they're just playing quick play style. So that's why I said these guys are not very coordinated and you're gonna win anyway. But let's see what happens.
They're downstairs. I got this, Zarya. Hey, back up. Don't worry about him.
Oh crap.
Okay, yeah, you didn't need to go down there because like he had no one with him, and even though you punished him, like he's also not doing anything. So you could just let your DPS get him, or like you actually ended up taking a big risk there, right? Because he ended up charging you. Let's say he charged you, and you know something else happened, you died, then that would be bad. So there's no reason to do that there, unless he started walking past this point, right? Then you drop down the other side of this. And then you have the Torb turret backing you up, you got the rest of your team backing you up, then you start fighting him.
Good job.
Oh crap.
Shield up, shield up, shield up, shield up, shield up. He's not looking at you, but you gotta shield up just in case there's someone behind you that, you know. And on PlayStation he can't flick it over, but you never know. Shield up.
Oh!
Wow.
Okay, they're really bad, so
He
it
got
doesn't
killed by the
matter.
turret?
Yeah. He's a fool.
You hear Deadeye or you hear Visor, you need to shield up just in case if you have your shield, especially since you haven't used your shield, right? If it was close to dying, then there would be a reason to like not use it, but there's no reason to not use it there.
This Diva's doing work.
Yeah. I'm watching underneath.
Your Tracer's doing work. Your Diva's just taking advantage of like, he's being an opportunist, which is what Divas do, but your Tracer's the MVP.
Okay.
Wow, dude.
Hey,
Oh,
they're
coming
coming
out
back.
top of me. Uh-oh, I'm in it.
Okay, so they did do the grab, and then the Zarya grabbed you. I'm guessing he didn't communicate with his team about how to properly follow that up. So not only did you heal through that because only Winston was tickling you, but the Zarya didn't even try to follow up on her own grab. So that's an instance of when maybe Vince would pop the Valkyrie if they were better. Did he do that?
Oh, I'm okay though.
Okay, he didn't do that. Then you guys survived, and then you're chasing the Winston in here, which you got a good shatter off, but once again, I don't know if you should be chasing him, right? You need to just be dealing with the point, right? Because your win condition right now, right? If you full hold this, you win. And so, if you go in here and you die, there's a chance that maybe they snowball that and you lose. But if you play a little safer here, right, just kind of stall and maybe get to overtime, even if they get on the point, if you beat them there, then you would win. So that's your win condition. But
It's shatter. Oh, someone's on a teleporter. Whoops.
But that worked out because they have no shields. Or, no, they did have the Rein shields. And once again, they were all low already, so I guess, like, Tracer's just been harassing them or something. And then, like... Okay, once again, it looked like he had his shield up, and then it killed the Mercy in the back. So, this is inconsistent shatter. Like, I actually don't understand how shatter works sometimes. And I use it a lot. So, it worked out really well here in this instance. But I don't know if that was, like, actually the right play. I'm not going to say it wasn't, but it seems iffy to me. Mostly because I don't think you should actually be in here. Because you don't have, like, Vince isn't with you. So, that's mostly the reason why.
Shatter. Oh, someone's on a teleporter. Whoops. Okay, sorry, I went and killed it.
That's fine.
It's fine, though.
Okay, so there's only 20 seconds left. You know, all you have to do is, like, they're going to have to rush the point, right? So just call that out. If they come back, they're going to rush the point. So now you just be ready to play the point.
Hopefully we won't need it.
Yeah.
I got 10 Earth Shatter kills.
Go get him, Paul.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so now I think it's fine to drop down. Well, you have enough people to deal with the Zarya, so you didn't need to. Because now I think you have no one on the high ground.
Just build up another. Just kill this guy.
Oh yeah, that's actually a pretty good pin. Because that prevents them from touching the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice job, yo.
Well
So
done.
I felt really good about that one, guys.
Yeah. Either you or Diva. Nice.
Okay, so you got to play the game. Alright, so nice. Anyway, I think overall, man, this video has gone on a little longer than I thought. But overall, you did a decent job. Some positioning errors, and then some maybe like sometimes when you should have shielded that you didn't, and then you actually got punished. You only got punished one time, and then that's like one of those games where like you shouldn't lose that, right? Like there's some games where you're gonna lose no matter what, or you're gonna win no matter what, and then there's like the 50-50 games where like one or two things you could have done better would have swung the game. So I feel like this was one of those. Like 90, you would have won 90-95% of the time, right? So you did play. I mean, everyone played solid on your team. Like there were no like critical errors that I saw where like you threw the game. So in that sense, you did a good job. All right, man. So that's my first VOD review. Gonna upload this now, and hopefully we'll get to the next one pretty soon. All right.